The PlayStation 5. I thought this was going to be the big one for Sony. Seriously, I was waiting for this. When I heard that there was going to be a PlayStation 5, I put down all thoughts about getting a PlayStation 4 because, well, I'd be able to play the PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5, right? Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Now I know what you're thinking. What about 3? PlayStation 3? No. What about PlayStation 2? No. What about PlayStation 1 slash just PlayStation? No. None of them. I don't even know if this thing can play CDs, let alone Blu-ray discs or even DVDs. Regular DVDs. I don't know. There's not that much to know about this thing, except for the fact that it's not going to be backwards compatible, which I don't understand. Why? Why wouldn't they do this? They've done it with all their previous models. I mean, sure, you had to pay for it for the PlayStation 4, but maybe they could have stepped away from that, and on the PlayStation 5, it was just readily built in, and that would kind of sufficient the cost of the console, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, $1,000 for a gaming console that's not even out and debugged and made sure that, like, not that much can go wrong with it. I mean, just look what happened to the Xbox 360's launch. Yeah, the white Xbox 360s. Oh boy. I really didn't want that to happen to this system, but it can't play PlayStation Pocket games or PlayStation Vita games either, which, I mean, it doesn't have to. I mean, how many people are going out and exclusively getting PlayStation Pocket and PlayStation Vita games? No. Well, I mean, yeah, there is collectors, but still, I mean, the main consoles, home consoles of Sony's have always been backwards compatible. And the PlayStation 5 decided, no, I'm not going to do that because Microsoft decided with their new Xbox GameCube thing that they're releasing this year that it that their Xbox Cube should be backwards compatible with everything before that. And what I mean by that is the new Xbox Cube is going to be backwards compatible with Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Xbox. All the games from those systems. That's a pretty big library. But Sony saw that and said, "No. No, we have to be different from the competition. Oh, yes, sirree, we do." But no, they don't. They set a standard when they decided to go for backwards compatibility. And I just cannot recommend to not go for not having backwards compatibility. I mean, sure, the Xbox 360 couldn't play all Xbox games, which I never understood and I still don't understand. But it did have some things to keep you coming back. For example, the games were released much later, way past when the actual system itself died, which I really can say that that's really that's actually really good. To think about the customers who bought all the Xbox 360s, and then all of a sudden, oh, the Xbox One. Well, what are we gonna do about the Xbox 360? Well, we're going to keep releasing games for it until the Xbox One actually takes off. Which the original model didn't really do because it technically spied on you, but that's a different story. So they made another one. And that one actually did really well. And then they made another one that's coming out this year. I just I just don't understand. Please, if someone at Sony or someone who knows someone at Sony or someone who can reach out to the fan community and tell them that this is happening, or I guess if the fan community already knows that this is happening, it doesn't care. I mean, they should care. They really should. I mean, I didn't want to buy a PlayStation 4 that was a few years old and that I would need to pay for the service. I wanted a full built-in experience to fully review the console. Not. That's something I haven't done in a long time, or possibly even ever. I mean, I didn't even. I don't think I ever reviewed my Wii U when I got it first, or my Xbox 360. Technically, the GameCube isn't a brand new console, but I kind of did a review on that. Hopefully, this video gets around. And hopefully, this situation gets solved and we can have our old games back. Without having without having to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3, 2, 1, and we could just buy the PlayStation 5 and play all of the previous consoles. Well, I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get PlayStation Vita and PlayStation Pocket to play on there, but I mean, like I said earlier, that doesn't really matter. What really does matter is the fact that we can't play the ones that came before the PlayStation 5, at least the main ones, not the portable ones.